Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor. Top story at this hour. Twitter no longer has legal protection in India from prosecution over posts that its users also put out now on the platform. This, as the government says, they failed to comply with the new IT rules. Now today, as a social media giant had a global first, this has never happened anywhere across the world. In fact, today, Twitter also faced charges and FIR, this for inciting communal trouble as well. It almost seemed like, however, a coordinated effort as the minute the legal protection was taken away, a FIR was launched in UP.
For a government which has campaigned extensively on Twitter since 2014, it is now breakpoint with the American social media giant. In an unprecedented move, the government today said Twitter will lose legal immunity for tweets by its users because it didn't comply with the new IT rules, which have ordered compliance with stringent government regulation on removing tweets. In what seemed a synchronized move, the Uttar Pradesh police filed an FIR against Twitter, journalist Rana Ayub, Sawa Naqvi, fact-checker Mohammad Zubair and Congress's Shama Mohammad, plus the media organization The Wire, for what they claimed were tweets destroying communal harmony regarding the assault on an old man in Ghaziabad. This case is a global first where a social media firm is being held criminally liable for user content. Twitter faces several charges of the IPC like promoting religious enmity, intent to riot and criminal conspiracy, and the punishment for these can range between 6 months to 5 years. This comes after a series of actions by the government against Twitter, including raids on their India offices, while Twitter has said that the IT rules go against the fundamentals of free speech. Other social media firms like Facebook, Google, WhatsApp, Koo, Telegram and LinkedIn had all complied with the government orders. In the last 24 hours, however, they seem to have blinked, assuring the government a chief compliance officer will be appointed to follow government regulation. Union IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad ironically went on Twitter to defend the government's move, saying Twitter is no longer an intermediary. Twitter was given multiple opportunities to comply, but it deliberately chose non-compliance. And the rule of law is the bedrock of Indian society. India's commitment to the constitutional guarantee of freedom of speech was yet again reaffirmed at the G7 summit. NDTV contacted Twitter for a response about the FIR, but it declined to comment. According to experts, Twitter has not lost its intermediary status, but only protection from penal action.
The court will determine whether the social media platform such as Twitter was in compliance or not. Hence, it does not fall to government to en masse strip any social media company or platform of firstly its intermediary status.
Twitter had earlier expressed its concern over the threat to freedom of expression when the new IT rules had come in. But today the IT minister said that one cannot ignore the law of the land while claiming to be the flag bearer of free speech. In New Delhi with Akhilesh Sharma, Rubina Mongia and camera person Sushil Rathi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
So like we said, the case is not just against Twitter but 8 others. What is the matter really? Well, it is all related to the video of Abdul Samad, seen in a viral video which was widely tweeted and shared that he was beaten badly. The claims were that he was a victim of hate crime. The Ghaziabad police, however, has now put in a case saying that even those who shared this will be held liable.
This man, Abdul Samad, seen in a viral video being badly beaten, had claimed that he was the victim of a hate crime and that he was made to chant Jai Shri Ram. The video of his assault and his claims were widely reported and tweeted.
The Ghaziabad police now claims that the incident was driven by personal dispute and not communal hatred. An FIR has been filed at the Loni Border Police Station against 9, including Twitter, for destroying communal harmony through the tweets and not deleting the misleading content.
The FIR has been filed against journalists Mohammad Zubair and Rana Ayub, Congress leaders Salman Nizami, Shama Mohammad and Usmani, writer Sabah Naqvi, and online media organization The Wire. Also booked Twitter and Twitter Communications India Private Limited.
The police action comes at a time when the case is still under investigation, with the question of the nature of attack presumably yet to be determined.
In a statement, The Wire says this is an attempt to criminalize the reporting of anything other than the official version of events. Journalist Rana Ayub tweeted saying her comments were based on media reports and she would wait for the truth to prevail at the earliest. Alt News co-founder Mohammad Zubair tweeted last night he had deleted the videos. saying the victim's version did not seem to add up at the time. Journalist Sabah Naqvi tweeted earlier this afternoon that her comment was based on a newspaper report and she would wait for the investigation to be completed. Congress spokesperson Shama Mohammed retweeted a party colleague saying the FIR was an attempt to silence dissent. Tears at Abdul Samad's home in western UP's Bulandshahr town, over 100 kilometers from the Loni border, where Mr. Samad's sons deny the police version.
परवेश ने इनको बुलाया था क्योंकि ये उन लड़कों को पहले से जानते थे और इन्होंने फिर उनको वहां पर अपने घर पर बुला के इनके साथ वहां पर मारपीट एवं अभद्रता की और 3 लड़के प्रवेश जो कि ऑलरेडी जेल में हैं, इसके अलावा 2 अन्य लड़के कल्लू गुजर और आदिल, इनको भी गिरफ्तार किया जा चुका है।
6 तारीख में FIR हुई है पुलिस में लोनी थाने में, तो एक पुलिस वाले ने ये कहा कि चचा अगर आपकी दाढ़ी कट गई है तो कोई बात नहीं, हवा आएगी। वो जो पहलवान थे उनकी भी दाढ़ी थी, उन्होंने ये कहा भाई आज तुम इनके लिए कह रहे हो, कल को मुझे भी कहोगे, और भी मुस्लिम लोग हैं, हमारी मुसलमानों की अपनी पहचान होती है दाढ़ी।
The police say the trigger for the attack was over amulets allegedly sold by Samad. However, his son says no one in the family sells these.
ये तावीज़ बनाने का काम करते हैं और प्रवेश एवं गांव के अन्य लड़कों को भी इन्होंने तावीज़ बना के दिए थे। उन लोग का कहना है कि इसी कारण से कुछ इनसे नाराजगी थी।
पुलिस का बेबुनियाद इल्जाम है, हमारे यहाँ पे कोई तावीज़ गंडे का काम नहीं होता, हमारे यहाँ पे पुश्तैनी काम है लोहार और बढ़ी का, इसकी छानबीन की जाए।
Well, the police have gone ahead and filed criminal cases against journalists and Twitter. On the ground, claims and counterclaims still continue, with the families sticking to one version of the assault case and the police sticking to another one. And only a thorough investigation can reveal that what exactly happened in Loni, Ghaziabad on 5th of June. With camera person Manoj Thakur, colleague Mukesh Singh Sengar and Manish Sharma in Bulandshahr, I'm Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
The Delhi riot case accused are still in jail. This is despite the bail they got yesterday from the High Court. Now, the delay, when questioned, the police said that they needed more time to verify addresses and sureties as well. But the judge told the police very categorically it does not need so much time. In fact, the judge went on to say there shouldn't be a delay because of verification at all. Police then responded, saying accused gave permanent address as Jharkhand, Assam and Haryana and has to be verified by visiting those places personally. Police also went on to say that we also have to go to the banks to verify all the bail bonds in this case. The activist lawyer, however, said that they have moved Supreme Court against the bail, so they want to keep us in jail till the Supreme Court actually hears the matter. Moving on, in Kolkata, where lockdown restrictions are being eased from today, shopping malls are a big draw. No, the city has not gone to collective shopping spree, just that many of the malls are offering vaccinations and many are coming in to get the jab and then do some shopping as well.
Shopping malls in Kolkata are doubling up as vaccination centers. You can drop by at a walk-in center or at some malls even drive in for the jab. So on a day the lockdown eased, people stepped out for some retail therapy with the jab thrown in.
Almost 2 months, it just feels amazing. We get to see so many people and we are back touching clothes. And I feel even if everything gets online, retail therapy is something we all need.
We are taking up precautions, masks are there, sanitizers are there with us. So, and obviously I think we're stepping out only for genuine purposes like something important, not just like that.
So this year we have arranged one vaccination camp inside the mall. Whoever wants to go do the vaccine, if they are interested and they are eligible, they can go there and they can have their jab.
So get a shot and then go shopping.
Yes, absolutely.
My experience was extremely convenient and peaceful. Like it hardly took me 5 minutes when I entered this premises and I am done.
Wonderful. Are you planning to go shopping by any chance?
No, right now. It's work from home totally.
Some malls, as part of CSR, are letting out floor space for special groups needing the jab. Most vaccination seekers here are construction workers.
वैक्सीन भी कंपनी दे दिया, आज हम लोग वैक्सीन ले लिया, मेरा सब वर्कर भाई लोग भी ले लिया है।
अच्छी बात है।
हाँ, अच्छी बात है, हम लोग सेफ है, हम सेफ है तो हम बाहर रहते हैं।
Public transport is still restricted, so shoppers' footfall on day one was thin. But shop owners are glad the shutters are up and hoping on-spot vaccination will help return to normalcy. With Didi Shankar, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
And retail inflation across India has touched a record high for the last 6 months, while food inflation was jumped from 1.96% in April this year to a massive 5% in May. All this means that prices of essential commodities has increased manifold, with edible oil seeing amongst the steepest hikes ever. So how exactly is the middle class and even lower income groups managing? Alok Pandey and Manish Kumar have this report.
तेल महंगा है। तेल महंगा की वजह से हम लोग अपना देहात में जो डोरी है उसी का तेल बर्बाद करके थोड़ा थोड़ा उसी में काम चला रहे हैं। वो भी उतना नहीं हो पा रहा है जो नहीं के उधर प्याज भी महंगा हो गया, दाल भी महंगा हो गया। हम लोग अपना इधर में नमक से अपना भात को खा ले रहे हैं, रोटी को खा ले रहे हैं।
Just roti and salt for some meals amid soaring food prices for 40-year-old Gulab Kaur and 38-year-old Rukmini Devi, who live in this remote village in East UP's Sonbhadra and earn 6,000 rupees a month from labor and sharecropping. Cutting corners, the only option for the couple.
What does it take to run a household in these times of record inflation? I am at the residence of Manorama Singh, who is a widow. She has a 16-year-old son who lives in her village.
पहले 8,000 रुपए कमाती हैं अभी भी और पहले भी। पहले आप 2-3 हज़ार रुपए बचा लेती थी, अब क्यों नहीं बचा पा रही हैं?
सर इसलिए नहीं बचा पा रहे हैं कि तेल का दाम बढ़ गया है, रिफाइंड का दाम बढ़ गया है, चीनी का दाम बढ़ गया है, तो इसलिए सर नहीं बढ़ पा रहा है।
सबसे ज्यादा किस चीज का दाम बढ़ा है मनोरमा जी?
सबसे ज्यादा तेल का दाम बढ़ा है।
कितना बढ़ा है? 2-3 महीने में कुछ समझाइए जरा।
पहले 110 तक मिल जाता था।
1 किलो बता रही हैं?
जी। फिर उसके बाद 120 हो गया, फिर उसके बाद 140 रुपए कर दिए, फिर 150 रुपए कर दिए, अब सीधे जाके 200 रुपए कर दिए।
200 रुपए?
जी।
तो कैसे मैनेज कर रही हैं आप? कहाँ कटौती की है आप?
सुबह नाश्ते में पूड़ी पराठा बनाते थे, अब हम रोटी बना रहे हैं। तो जैसे उसमें से थोड़ा तेल रिफाइंड मेरा बच जाता है तो हम उसको दाल सब्जी में यूज कर लेते हैं। जैसे 2 टाइम चाय पीते थे, अब 1 ही टाइम चाय पी रहे हैं।
In Patna, 48-year-old Tuntun Sahu, who runs a Litti Chokha stall in Bihar's capital and earns 15,000 rupees a month, says reducing the size of his very popular littis is the only option to beat price rise. Edible oil prices in Patna have gone up by 50 rupees a litre in 3 months, and the commercial gas cylinder is costlier by 200 rupees a unit in the last 2 months. Tuntun's stall reopened on June 4 this year after the lockdown. Last year, he increased his prices from 20 rupees a plate to 25 rupees a plate. But with customers just a quarter of pre-pandemic numbers, another hike is not an option.
तेल तो पहले जितना डालता उतना सामान डाल रहे हैं, साइज छोटा कर दिया पहले से। महंगाई तो सब कुछ तो मेंटेन करना हमको।
सेल कितना हो गया?
सेल तो अभी सोचिए 25% हो गया अभी। सब चीज बंद है तो कहाँ से सेल होगा अभी?
Everyone is hoping prices will come down soon. With Manish Kumar, Rajesh Gupta and Prabhat Kumar, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.